Good morning, everyone. I just came down to my office and opened up TradingView here, and I want to update you guys on my current open positions. If you like these videos, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe. If you haven't done so already, very much appreciated. Let's start by taking a look at Euro USD right here. So first, we're going to be zooming out just to give you the context of the overall trade right here. Let's remove the indicators, and the context of the overall trade right here is I am seeing a potential distribution range right here. If we can draw something on here, we'll see that we have sort of this level right here. That was very bad. We have this level right here. Broke down, retested from the downside as resistance, came down, bounced, maybe a low time frame range is forming here. But if we break out here into this range again, I'm viewing this as potentially invalidated. This to me looks like a distribution range on the higher time frames, and if this is distribution range, we should break this support to the downside, and if that is the case, I will move my stops to break even, targeting that low. Is it likely for this to happen based on the fundamentals? No, I don't think it's very likely, but technicals, we have a clear picture here. The reason why I'm not trading based on the fundamentals, you might ask yourself, well, why are you in this short if it's not a high probability setup, if you're saying that the fundamentals do not align? Well, sorry, I had to pause the video there because I had a sneeze coming. So yeah, I am not a fundamental analyst. I don't trade based on my ideas of fundamentals. It's very difficult for me to understand where the market is going to move based on fundamentals, but it's very easy for me to understand where the markets might move based on price action. You have fundamental analysis on one hand is the cause of the move. Price is the effect of the cause. And I'm watching the effect. I'm trading the effect of the cause, so price movement based on fundamentals. Anyway, that's weekly. Let's move on. Let's go into the daily. Now we do see here on the daily that I entered the trade. I entered the trade here, right? And that was around the 13th of November. So it is now I think it's almost 3 weeks now since I entered this position. We came down after entry. We hit that low right here, bounced, formed a higher low, and now we're coming up and we're testing that high. And technically, this is technically it's a lower high, but it's pretty much a equal high. So looking at price action right here, we do have a lot of indecision here. And what do I mean with indecision? Well, we are seeing first, we see price is coming up and testing this local resistance short reload zone area right here. And it's creating a strong bottom wick right here. Tells us that price comes up and it goes down during the sessions, and then buyers coming in, stepping in and take price higher. So buyers are definitely in control here on that candle on the 28th. Then on the 1st of December, yesterday, we had buyers initially pumping price higher during the session, and then sellers came in and ended the session significantly lower, creating that wick. And this tells us that sellers came in and controlled the last part of the session. And for me, the closing price of the daily candle, that's the most important price, because that gives you the story of the daily trading sessions throughout all the sessions. So here we have buyers stepping in and controlling the end of the session and controlling the closing price, and here we have sellers coming in and controlling the closing price. And this tells us that there's indecision from one day to the other. So for me, it's very important what this current candle does right here. Obviously, we have this daily candle closing in almost 13 hours, but let's just assume that the candle is going to close like this. It's going to close as a small narrow range candle, low volatility, right? You have a small body with equal size wicks on both ends. That's a doji, right? A doji type of candle, and it tells you that there's indecision. And a lot of times when there's indecision at resistance, it tells you that you have buyers coming up and then it hit resistance, and then there's indecision. There's equilibrium between the buyers and the sellers, which a lot of times at resistance means the price is usually is struggling to get through resistance, and that is a top formation. If it happens at the bottom, that's a bottom formation, like this one right here, or perhaps that one right there, although the body is a little bit too big to be a doji. So current candle, very important. I have my stops here. I've reduced the stop loss on this position with about 25%. So yeah, if we break about that level, I'm okay. We're gonna stop down on that one. So that is Euro USD. Now let's go to EURNZD. I opened a position yesterday on EURNZD based on the video that I released yesterday. I've also released a post in the newsletter, the Clarity Edge, yesterday, breaking down, link in the video from yesterday, and then breaking down the setups. And if you want real-time, direct, live updates on all the trades I'm taking or any ideas that I have in the market, make sure that you do go in and join the Discord. It's free. It's always going to be free. So go in there and enjoy all that good content that I will be delivering to you on a daily basis. No, I don't know why I'm whispering. Let's move on. Stop being weird. Okay, so on the daily right here, I like this. I like this. Okay, we can look here. Look here. look. On that low right here, one bullish candle kind of looks like, nice body, wicks, equal size to the upside and the downside. One bullish candle up. One bullish candle up. One bullish candle, I guess, and then up. And then here we have the first bullish candle, also gap up. And then I want price to move up. So the behavior of this trend, I'm really liking the behavior of this trend right here. There's a few things that I'm not liking, but I'm very simply trading this for one reason: uptrend, dip, buy inside the reload zone. Now, if we add the moving averages, there's going to be like, people are going to say like, well, it dipped below the 50, and it has some issues getting above the 50 again. And the behavior of this trend means that if you have a daily close, or daily, in this case, daily open and close below the 50 MA, there's a change of structure in the behavior of the trend. Yes, it is, according to the moving averages, and this is also the biggest move to the downside in this trend. There's the strongest momentum move to the downside. So yeah, there are some risks to this trade, absolutely, but just looking at price action, I really like this for more upside. And also, it also looks like EURUSD is going to move higher, so I'm kind of hedging that EURUSD with this trade here as well. I guess I'm not really hedging, it's but it sounds good. Sounds professional. Moving on, gold. This is not a position that I have open right now. We have gold breaking out. Let's see if we can move that one. Let's see if I can. Where is the? Oh, is it trend line? Is that a trend line? There it is. All right. Okay. Let's move that then. So what do we have right here? Well, we do have a clear indecision candle. I talked about the doji candle, and when doji happens at the top, usually that's a sign of a reversal. And then, but it needs to be confirmed with the next candle. And obviously, this candle is going to close in about 13 hours, so there's no confirmation yet. But usually, what you have is like one strong candle to the upside, indecision candle, doji, and then the next candle needs to confirm. And a good confirmation is if this bearish candle closes below the wick of the doji candle, that's a decent confirmation of that as a doji, as a reversal. All right, and if price comes down, well, we can add a fib here, right? We can have add a fib from, let's fib this whole move right here. So if we add a little fib here from that low to that high, we do see that the Fibonacci retracement, or Fibonacci it is a Fibonacci retracement. So the Fibonacci retracement, or the reload zone, comes in right down here. Let's add the 50 as well. And then we see that the 50 comes in nicely with the trend line. So we might have a retest of that trend line around that area, around the entry zone. And if that happens, so if price moves, down into the 50 or on the trend line or all the way down here, and then starts moving higher, at this point when price is trading perhaps here, I will move my stops below that low once again. All right, that's a quick market update for you all. Make sure that you hit the like and you subscribe and you write a lot of good comments and ask any questions. Do you have any questions on anything of the any of the things that are covered in today's video? Let me know in the comments and I will gladly help you out. Take care and see you guys in the next one.